Hello guys, and welcome back to TokeTalks with Tia. So now this is episode number 15. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning back in. So here we go. I just currently got back I went to the bar. I usually don't go to the bar, but I just went to the bar with my friend, my really close friend. My best friend, actually. I'd probably consider her my best friend. We went and got a couple drinks. I'm feeling pretty nice, if you know what I mean. I'm actually still pretty buzzed. Thinking about still what I'm going to eat for dinner. Not sure exactly yet, but I wanted to pop in and do a podcast for you guys. I wanted to do this earlier, but I was preoccupied, and I was busy taking care of Max and just other stuff I had to do today. So, yeah, that's why I'm on it now. So, here we go, guys. So, what I really wanted to talk to you guys about today was just some, on a positive note, some funny stories that I had when working in a dispensary. Because I feel like I only talked about and touched on, anyway, to the negative sides of it where I was working. And I don't really think, I didn't actually, not really. I didn't talk about the good sides of it. So, I want to tell you guys some funny fucking stories that I had there. So, I was a bud tender, and if you're not sure exactly what a bud tender is, it's just the person up at the front selling you the cannabis and doing the whole transaction over with you. That is a bud tender. That's what I did. And I would also go out on the sales floor and help customers with any questions that they had, or patients with any questions, anything like that. That's also stuff that I would do. There's other things that I would also do that weren't really in my job description, but I'm not going to name those right now. Anyway, what I really want to talk about with stuff like that and my old workplace and just some funny ass stories I'd like to share with you guys. So one of my favorite stories that I can think of that comes to mind is I'm with one of my coworkers. We're gonna call her Henny, because that's all I can think of that comes to my mind right now. I can't really think of a nickname. So anyway, me and Henny are standing next to each other. We're at the counter, and this old dude, he's in his mid 60s, 70s. We can also see on our computers how old people are, because we're looking at their IDs and everything like that. So we know how old he is. I don't know why I had to get a description about that, but whatever. Anyway, so he's an old-ass dude just walking up to us, and, all I can really remember is that I was just in the middle of drawing, and this old guy comes up, and before he even places his order, he's like, "Can I tell you guys a joke?" I'm like, "Sure." My coworker, Henny, looks at me, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." So he tells us a joke, and he's like, "How did Pinocchio find out that he was made of wood?" And he wouldn't tell us the answer until he got his cannabis. He's like, "Oh yeah, and I want this. I don't remember what he ordered. This was a while ago. It's almost a year ago. So there's no way I'll remember exactly what he ordered. But I remember he was getting some flour. As we go to hand it to him, I hand him this flour. He's like, "Oh yeah, and by the way, Pinocchio found out he was made of wood because his hand caught on fire." It took me a good about solid minute before I started losing my shit laughing because I had no idea what that meant. And he was really old, so it was funny. And he didn't say it in, a weird, creepy, creeper way, and he didn't, it was a really funny interaction. It wasn't what you'd think it would be from an old dude. He wasn't trying to be a creeper. At least I don't think that's what he was doing. I don't know, but it was just really funny. And, that's just one of the funny stories I can think of off the top of my head, but there's so many other ones I can think of, too. Not everything that I will tell you guys is bad, when it comes to that experience that I had. It was a year of my life, there's no way if it was all completely, totally shit that I would put up with it. I couldn't. It was just only towards the end, really. But there are some good times that I'd like to talk about, too, because it was really fun. But honestly, that wasn't really, too surprising. A lot of the old people, older people, that would come in and buy flour or whatever they were smoking or eating on, whatever cannabis related product they were getting. They were really funny, and I really enjoyed talking to a lot of the customers that we had. So it's not really all drama as you would expect it to be. If you go to a really good, reputable place, it won't be like that, but for the most part, the customers are really great. It's just kind of the area that I'm in. They're shitty people, so sometimes there's going to be shitty people and customers as well. And it's also a retail store too. It's not just for cannabis, and even though it's also just geared towards cannabis and products, to accessories and shit like that, people still think that they're entitled and can, think customers are always right. Well, in this type of industry, that's not always the case. We can't, say there's something wrong with your, product. Say you got an eighth, but you were really supposed to get a gram or something like that, or vice versa. They'd probably be more mad, I'm sorry, if they, were supposed to get an eighth and they got a gram. and they left the building and opened it. You come back, we can't do anything about it. You know, there's nothing they can really do about it. Maybe they can now, like, write a gift card or do some type of something for it, but they cannot reward you with more cannabis. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't understand. And, like, and there's just one time this fucking weird, crazy dude did not like one of the cultivars we had, and he decided to take the jar and throw it at one of the bud tenders because he was so mad. People are fucking crazy, honestly. I mean, they're a lot better, I will say, like, working at a dispensary, like, the customers are a lot better than working at, like, a fucking, you know, other retail store, like a clothing store, or definitely a fast food joint, because people are nuts about their food and their clothes and other shit. Like, it can get crazy, especially Black Friday. I've worked Black Friday a couple times in my life at different companies, and they were all different sorts of crazy, but all uniquely different crazy, but all the fucking same. They were all crazy. So it was hard. If whoever's listening has worked Black Friday, commend to you, because it's a fucking nightmare. I remember actually one of the times that I worked at Black Friday a couple years back, I was working, that was the second shift I'd ever worked at that store. So it was really crazy that they even trusted me to work there. And, you know, sell the shit that I was selling and, like, work, you know, where I was doing what I was doing during Black Friday, one of the busiest days of the year. I guess they were really, really low on people. Also, hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Somebody in my building was just getting in, and my dog started barking for a sec. So I didn't want that to be interrupting the video. So I had to pause it for a sec. And I kind of completely lost my train of thought, but that's okay, guys. Oh, no, I was talking about Black Friday. That's what I was talking about. I think I was pretty much almost done talking about that anyway, but yeah, commend to whoever's worked that. It's fucking crazy. Fuck Black Friday. I can't remember if I worked Black Friday at the dispensary or not. I think I did, but it wasn't any different than a regular day. I can't remember. I really don't remember, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, some old fucking dude just like chucked a jar at one of my coworkers' head. I forget what cultivar it was, but he did not like it, and he just smucked it at their head, and it was fucking ridiculous. It was nuts. Another guy punched the security dude in the face because he didn't want to put his mask on, which that's a whole nother topic, but I want to talk a little bit about that, because that's fucking ridiculous. Like, if you're told you have to wear your mask in a specific area, I think, and I don't care if you want to unfollow me or not listen, but if we're told we have to do it, just fucking put it on. You know, it's not something we have to wear all the fucking time. And if we have to do it, we have to do it. Like, there's no point in fighting somebody about it. You know, you are entitled to your own beliefs, and if you don't want to wear it, that's fine, but then don't go to a specific place that requires you to wear it and then throw a fit because you have to wear it. That doesn't make any sense. You know, be a fucking human being. Be an adult. That's just my opinion on it. Vaccinations and, like, other shit like that, like, that's... I don't even want to get into that. That's not something I want to talk about really on this podcast. It's going to be more of like lighter subjects, for the most part, or at least I want to try it to be that way anyway. Sorry guys, I'm like still buzzing pretty hard, and I don't know what the fuck to eat for dinner tonight. I'm starving. I had pizza earlier, and that's about it. All I've eaten today is pretty much one of those circular Red Baron pizzas, the ones you put in the toaster oven, or like the oven. I literally haven't eaten anything else today, but drank quite a few alcohols. I've had several alcohols. And several alcohols mixed in one drink. So yeah. I don't know what to eat, guys. Very off topic. I'm very all over the place with you guys tonight, but fuck it. This is what you signed up for, guys. Also, I would be toking on this, podcast like I should be and normally are. And usually would be, but... I smoked considerably a lot earlier, and I'm feeling pretty buzzed, so I know that if I smoke right now, I might feel a little too drunk, or vice versa, and I don't want to sound like a complete babbling idiot. That, and I'm running a little bit lower than I usually like to be, or not usually, I never like to be low, but usually I would be, I'm not really this low. I don't let myself get this low, but I have, no weed left, guys. I'm very sad. Someone please send me money for weed. But yeah, I'm just chilling, listening to some music, and having a good time. I smoked 2 bong packs earlier. I'm pretty drunk. Well, buzzed. I wouldn't say drunk. I'm feeling pretty good. And just thinking about some good times. I mean, earlier I was hanging out with my best friend at the bar, and we met up with a couple of other people that were there. Not really met up, I guess. They were just already there, and we were just having a good time, and it was fun. But yeah, speaking of going back on the topic that I've been talking about, like this older stoner dude, he was, he caught me. I was dancing with one of my coworkers, just like fucking around with the music that was on, and I was kind of just dancing in the hallway. And he started dancing as he was walking out, and then I was dancing alongside with him too, like on the other side, like on the hallway. We were crossing each other. It was really funny. There were people that were really great vibe to like meet with, and I felt like I personally connected a lot more with the customers than like anybody that I worked alongside with. I mean, I did have connections with them, but the customers were really great, some of them. The ones that weren't really from the area, I feel like I connected with more. That's just me. I think it's just also because I don't fit in where I live, and I never really did, because I never grew up here. I wasn't born here. I spent a lot of time here. I will say that. I've lived here for a long time, but all my family lives elsewhere, so I feel more like an outsider. If anything, that and my parents are shitty and shitty people. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to say both of them. Like, my dad, I know that he cares. He's just kind of not there as much as I'd like him to be, and my mom's just... that's a whole other thing. I don't want to talk about either of my parents, actually, but... yeah, honestly, I really had a great time with some of the people who come in, and I actually had made some close friends with some of the customers. And when I'd left, people were asking where I'd went, so it felt kind of nice to know that I was missed. Even though I wasn't missed by some of the people I thought I'd be missed by, I was definitely missed by some people. And it felt great to know that I was doing not only a really good fucking job at what I was doing, but connecting with people. And that's kind of what I loved the most about my job. I loved working alongside, being alongside the cannabis industry and being involved with a community that needs help with their ailments and stuff like that. It was great. And I want to continue doing that type of work. If it's not exactly the same, at least definitely in the same type of ballpark. Either helping somebody or helping somebody involving cannabis or promoting cannabis. And in that turn would still be, in a way, helping people also. So that's my goals and what I want to do, guys. I cannot lie with you guys. I'm so hungry, and I cannot wait to go cook some food because I deserve me some food. I'm also going to be right back, guys. I want to put some music back on. And speaking of food, guys, I'm really bummed. I wanted to make tacos. I really wanted to make tacos. I wanted to make them all week, but I don't have any hamburger, and I keep forgetting to buy some at the grocery store, and it's really late. By the time my boyfriend gets home, it's going to be even later. It's not really late. It's 8 o'clock. Obviously, it's not really late, but to go to the grocery store. I don't want to go to the grocery store at 8 o'clock at night. Even if they close at, 9, I don't want to be that person that goes, 8:30 or, right before they close. You're an asshole. Unless you really fucking have to get something and it's an emergency or, whatever, I understand. But just let these people go home. I know what that's like. And one thing I can think of that comes to mind is one time, this was years ago, I worked at, Victoria's Secret, and alongside one of my coworkers. She was fucking awesome. She was really cool. She had this really pretty blonde and pink hair too. And I just started working, but she was leaving within the next few weeks after I started working there. So she was going to be going to another store, a different company, not even there. She was not giving no fucks. She already gave her 2 weeks. And this fucking motherfucker, it's Christmas Eve, and we're trying to leave. It's late. I think it was almost 10 o'clock at night. We were past closing. We wanted to go. And she's still just sitting there picking out panties and stuff. And my coworker, the one that I was just talking about, she's, we're going to call her Heather. I honestly don't even remember what her name is, but I know it's not Heather. Heather, she's pissed, and she says to her, it's Christmas Eve, right? We all have people we'd like to go home and see. And the lady turns to her, and she's like, well, today's my day off. And that was literally her only response. And my coworker didn't even respond to it. She was so fucking angry and was very aggravated the entire time, processing our transaction. I'm meanwhile trying to scurry along. I think I remember she also yelled at me too because I had fucked up an order on the way trying to get out. But it was that was a lot of pressure, and I just started working there. I'd never even worked there before. And I didn't really understand how the computers worked, so I'm sorry I fucked up. Whatever, it was a long time ago. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, yeah, people are crazy.